Hello and welcome to Kindred Essence Tarot and to my latest reading, which is on how to stop attracting sort of narcissists or other dark triad nightmares into your life. So you may have noticed that sometimes these sorts of dark personality disorder types of people, you can fall into their path, or sometimes they even seem oddly attracted to people, to you, and it can be quite concerning. And you want this trend. You may have had negative experiences with such people, like narcissists, or even sociopaths or psychopaths, or other, Machiavellian type people. So that's what the dark triad, dark tetrad personality disorders are. And we no longer want to attract these people, or we want to sort of make sure that we're attuned so that we no longer resonate with them in any sense, if that makes sense. And I should also add, this is not a it does not replace sort of professional help. So I'm just saying that because dealing with these people, or it's not an official diagnosis of these kind of issues, because these issues can be quite serious dealing with these types of people. So if you're currently encountered with this kind of person in any way, and you feel unsafe, make sure that you find help in your immediate sphere. So we've got 3 piles: pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So the topic of this video is, how can you stop attracting narcissists, sociopaths, and these types of dark triad or dark tetrad. And you may want to look that up, the dark triad. And some people they add an extra, the dark tetrad, but it's basically, dark personality disorders that don't have a conscience. I'm sure if you've encountered these types, you've probably done a bit of research already, so you probably know what I'm talking about if you're clicking on this video. I'm just going to see what the cards say, and I'm just going to do a bit of channeling as well too, to see how you can change your energy field or your psyche so that you no longer attract these dark triad or dark tetrad nightmares, because it's not very fun. And we want to have live a life where we attract good people. We're moving out of that sort of resonance. All right, so pile number 1, let's see what I can get. You have to be very careful as to who you draw into your life, because you have an energy field that attracts these types of people, is what I'm hearing. But that does not mean that your energy field is bad. Far from that. In fact, your energy field is very positive and clean and pure. And it has almost like a white light or a purple light, or a very nourishing energy field. And so I'm hearing that your energy field, because sometimes I'm hearing that people like they attract it for, and I'm sure that probably will be for the other piles, or one of the, I'm guessing for the other 2 piles. I haven't looked at it yet, but I haven't tuned into it yet. But I'm hearing that you have a very pure energy field, and it's no so much, because sometimes what happens is people have trauma that attracts these people. But I'm hearing for this, and I'm not saying that you don't have trauma, but I'm hearing that what is coming up predominantly is that you have a very clean, clear, crystal energy field, and that attracts these kind of people. And you're kind of confounded as to how this happens, because it's like, okay, why is this? Why do I attract these types of people? It's like, why do I attract these types of people? I can hear you think almost. But pure, clean energy field. So I'm hearing something else. I'm hearing, do not let your light dim, because what I'm hearing is that you've had a very pure, clean, loving energy field, and it's sort of the fact that you've encountered these types of people. And I'm hearing 2 in particular were quite nauseous. It could be a different number for any any of you, but it's sort of like it's actually clouded. In some of your cases, it's clouded your energy field, and almost like you feel like you have to hide your energy field is what you feel like. You have to almost hide. And I'm hearing hiding is not the answer. Hiding is not the answer. So it's sort of like, yeah, you can't hide your light, because that is not the answer. But what the answer is, I'm hearing for some, yeah, it's sort of, I'm hearing that these encounters with these people has sort of mangled your spirit, because you've had a bright, clean energy field, a loving, weird, bright, almost angelic energy field to attract these people. They've kind of, and although they could be gone from your life, it's sort of like their energy, what I'm hearing is that the energy has gone into your field, and even they're gone, even if they're not even courted to you, which they could be courted in some cases. It's sort of like the imprint, the mental imprint of them has sort of clouded your energy field, clouded your spirit. So I'm hearing that the to not attract these types, it's not good that you dim your light, because so what can happen and then is that can actually attract, yes, your light attract them, but when you have that kind of crumpled in energy field, that can attract them as well. So it's sort of, the solution is almost to make your energy field, is what I'm hearing. I'm gonna look at the cards just a second, but it's sort of like to almost make it brighter, to make your energy field brighter, but not just brighter, but stronger. So I'm hearing I'm literally seeing your energy field. It's almost got these broken bits in it from these people, this formerly, and it's just almost, it's very sad to see, but I'm hearing that brighter, make your energy so not just bright, but strong, and almost make it pulsating. And it's like you need this new energy field that's not changing. You don't need to change your brightness, but you need to change almost your strength of the energy field. I'm hearing that almost aura exercises of sort of using your consciousness to change your energy field and your aura. That's what I'm seeing, as to not attract these people. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm hearing that you feel kind of like a fool, because you feel, because you've attracted these people, and I'm hearing, do not feel like a fool. I'm hearing they fooled, and not that they fooled a lot of people, I'm hearing. So I'm hearing it does not mean that you're not intuitive. It's just that I'm hearing that the people that you've encountered have been very sneaky, very sly. You know how there's scams, right? And it's making me think of somebody I know who is an intuitive, like she's a professional psychic, and she was actually fooled by a scammer. And you think, well, how could that happen? Like, and she's a very, very good intuitive, like extremely, extremely good. But basically what happened is the scammer said that her son was in trouble, and then actually replicated his voice. So, like, what I'm trying to say is that, like, people, sometimes when people fall for scams, like a lot of scams, I'm not insulting people who fall for scams, but a lot of scams are like, you can smell them a mile away. But I'm trying to compare this to your circumstance. She fell for somebody who was very good, like a scam. Like, they had his voice. They said, "Oh, he's in trouble," and oh, like his name was Chad, I believe. But it, like, oh, he's in trouble, and then she said, and then they actually had, I don't know how, but they had like a voice, like maybe it was artificial, I don't know, one of the scam was really, really elaborate, and then made it sound like him, like it was really, so she didn't even check in with her intuition. I think she gave, like, I don't know, it wasn't like, it was like 1,000 or something, but it wasn't like a huge, like, you know, some people have been scammed for like 500,000. But anyway, the point is that what I'm seeing is that somebody very, very, very intuitive, that I know to be very intuitive, was fooled by someone. So what I'm hearing is that the people that you have encountered, you haven't encountered, shall we say, low-level sociopaths, low-level psychopaths, low-level narcissists. You've encountered people much in the same the way that the psychic encountered this person. You've encountered people that are very, very, I'm hearing very high in their game. Like they're about, in terms of fooling people, the people that you've encountered, they know how to put, but they're just beyond. I'm hearing you've attracted people that are beyond the normal narcissist, beyond the normal psychopath, beyond the normal dark triad nightmare, in terms of they could really fool people, and they really had a very good facade, very, very carefully. And it's making me think of almost a psychopath, because psychopaths are the more rare ones. Like sociopaths are more common, psychopaths are more rare, but they can really put on a good facade. I'm hearing it's almost like this person, they had control of their energy fields, that they were almost and I don't want to say a spiritual psychopath, but there was somebody who was really, you've encountered people that are very, like, very good at their game, very good at fooling people. And not an overt narcissist, but a covert psychopathic, really good at, almost, they were good at melding their energy, and and I'm hearing they had no conscience in some cases, so really good at fooling. So do not see foolish, do not feel foolish, and do not even doubt your intuition. Like you dealt with some people that were really A-game psychopaths or A-game narcissists. Really good, very good. So do not feel guilty, is what I'm hearing. And you're still smart, you're still intuitive. And the Three of Pentacles. So I'm hearing that these people that they kind of, I'm getting this image that they watched you for a while, they studied you, and they almost melded their energy field. And it's almost like what I described before. It's sort of like something that you need to do with your energy field. They did with them. They were almost a shapeshifter. Almost an alien, I don't know why the word alien came up, but they almost had a spiritual level, like on the level of like a Draco or something. Like they kind of, they almost had that level of manipulation, of a really smart alien, is what I'm hearing, like super smart. But I'm still hearing that, so what I'm hearing is you had a very clear energy field and intuition that you've had from past life. But I'm hearing this image of, they kind of, you were 99%, even 99, yeah, what I'm hearing is you're 99.5% protected, but they put that 0.5 or that 1% that wasn't protected, they snuck in. So I'm hearing this, like you really dealt with some real mind effers. That's what I'm hearing. It's some real smart mind effers that really had their A game up. And you kind of, I'm hearing you kind of felt something was wrong, but you were like, oh, but this person, they're so nice, they're so spiritual, they're so something or other, is what I'm hearing. Is that you just really, you really felt they were something else in a good way. But what I'm hearing is you need to, see it, really is guilt, kind of see things from a different perspective. And I'm hearing that you've sort of already done that. You've gone within, you've seen things from a different perspective, but you also need to, I'm just going to get the information. You also need to, I'm hearing, see things from a spiritual perspective, even if the people that you met were not spiritual and they pretended to be spiritual. Because I'm hearing it kind of dimmed your spiritual, because it could have been somebody who pretended to be a spiritual person who turned out to be a psychopath. So you can't, so I'm hearing is that what's happened is it sort of, what's happened is allowed you to dim you, which will kind of, ironically, I'm hearing, make you more likely to be prey to these people, because you're dimming. But I'm hearing you just need to make your light stronger And it's like almost this energy field that you need to have in like brighter, and it's just like almost energetically I'm also seeing something in your brain, and this person was a spiritual predator, and it's almost like they were working on the level of a sociopath that was working on the level of spiritual. And I see they almost put light in your brain is what I'm hearing. They put light into your brain, and this may have been like a spiritual adage or something, or like they put light into your brain almost is what I'm seeing, and it clouded your third eye. Interesting thing I'm seeing. And it's sort of like you almost like need to clean that out. I'm cleaning out. I'm seeing that it's almost this exercise of making. I'm hearing that if you just want to spend time feeling your aura and what's in there is what I'm hearing. Releasing the dark energy, releasing it to the sun or into the like sort of a spiritual, like the earth or some sort of, you know, metaphysical garbage can, if you will. But sort of like, what am I saying? Like sort of like. But yeah, I see you, like this energy that they put almost in your third eye. So there are really high level mind efforts or almost spiritual efforts. Like but yeah, and then you wanted to do this and make your aura clean, clear, but strong. And your spirit feels broken by this. And I'm hearing... not it should be. What I'm hearing, not that it should be, but you've encountered some really dark stuff, and that's what can happen. So not that you should, because you want to move beyond this, but when you encounter such spiritual mind effery, it's sort of like that's exactly what you feel. You feel broken. You feel bad. Let's see what's the other, and worry, and you're kind of worrying about a lot of different things. You're worrying, will I ever trust someone again? Can humans be trusted? What about the next people I bring into my life? And I'm hearing it's sort of like this mental. They messed with you on a mental level and a spiritual level. So it sort of messed with your energy. But I'm seeing such an energetic level that you have to deal with this. And that, yeah, I'm hearing just spend some time. I'm hearing maybe 20 minutes a day just going into your aura, releasing it on an energetic level. Like just seeing, okay, what, like, is there something in my pineal gland? I'm seeing almost this energy that was put in that confused your natural energy. So just almost do this energetic work on yourself and feel the energy of it, feel the color of it, feel because you're very capable of this, because you feel like a very sort of spiritual, from the higher realm type souls. Release the energy, and then you'll know, and then release it, and then it's almost like when you release it, you'll get words, you'll get sort of about it, and then, but it's sort of like you can't be dealing with this. I'm hearing from a mental level. I'm hearing that psychotherapy might not be the answer, and I don't want to say that because maybe it will be for some, but it's sort of like going at a spiritual level would be in just releasing those energy. But I'm not saying it could be maybe with a really high end therapist, but it's sort of like the energies, and it's like it's like, and what I'm hearing is go into this sort of a trance calm state, maybe a dark room, not being disturbed by other people, and feel the energy of it in your brain, and just allow it to come from you from an intuitive level, and you'll understand. It was like you'll see. It's like you have to go back to your spiritual essence to protect yourself from these people. But yeah, and then once you have that, do these aura acts, feel your aura energy, and feel the energy of it, and then feel it becoming stronger, and just go into the depths of the energy of this, and it will help it sort of. I'm hearing this energy of it kind of being, you'll be fluffed up again. You'll be, yeah. I hope I'm explaining it well. But yeah, I think I've said. I'm gonna have one more message from the and then yeah, it feels complete. I feel that you'll be able to deal with this, and once you feel your or stronger and brighter, you will know that you will no longer attract this anymore, and you'll kind of, it will, once you work on an energy, you'll kind of understand what this was about. You'll get a string of sentences where you'll understand what this is about. But let go of fear now. The Archangel Michael says, let go of fear now. My prayer, Archangel Michael, please help me feel safe and deserving of your guidance. Thank you for clearing me of heavy, toxic, or ego-based thoughts or feelings. So let go of fear now. Let me feel safe and deserving of your guidance. And then, and what I'm hearing is from this is sort of like, it's about clearing. It's about clearing and knowing. And then you will be free is what I'm hearing. So that's all we've got for pile number 1. I hope that was helpful to you. Hopefully that was a helpful pile to you, and about how you can up level and not have the energy field or that will have these people or in your sphere anymore. Interesting. And you may want, I'm hearing you may want for this pile, there may be another pile 2 or 3 that's appropriate to you as well. I don't know which. I haven't channeled the other ones yet, but I'm hearing that for some, and maybe not. Maybe this is complete for some of you. But if you'll know, I'm hearing if you'll know if this is complete, you'll know, and then you don't have to go to other piles. But you may have a feeling like, oh, if you feel drawn to 2 or 3, like then do that as well. If you sense they will be of help to you. All right, so pile number 2. Let us see hello, pile number 2. So this is about how to stop attracting narcissists or other dark triad types into your life. Okay. So first of all, I'm seeing an image of a tube, and I'm here. Okay, what I'm hearing is that you have gone deep within yourself to sort of excavate what it is that has sort of attracted these people. And it's almost like I'm hearing it's almost turning into this never-ending journey, and you really want to get out of it is what I'm hearing. You really want to just up level. You're kind of frustrated about the people that you've attracted. So that's what I'm seeing at first. It's like, sort of like a tube, and it's like you want to go somewhere, but sometimes the tube feels like it's never ending, and it's very, I'm hearing it's feeling very frustrating to you. That's what it's feeling. It's feeling frustrating. So let's see if I can get any more information beyond this. Okay. Sometimes what I'm hearing is sometimes what feels like a curse is a blessing, and what feels like a blessing is a curse. So what I'm hearing is you feel sometimes you've been wrong about people or wrong about things, and then, or what I'm hearing, 2 things. Like you feel like you've been wrong about things, and the people that you thought were trusting weren't, and the ones that you thought were trustworthy were. And it's almost like you feel kind of, I see this image of your mind going around like, who are these people? What is this? What is this? And I'm also hearing that after what seems like a curse or a series of very cursed events, they can cause you to up level to another reality. So I'm hearing that it feels like you've just been slogging through these types, like over and over these types, and it's so frustrating. And because of that, I feel like you've could have maybe gone to yourself, which is okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but it's sort of like you want the tube to end and you want to attract these different people. And I'm hearing that for most of you, the cycle is complete. The cycle, and you kind of want to know why this has happened. Why have you attracted these slews of people? And I'm hearing that in some cases it was sort of a pattern that was working itself out from another life. Like it's like I'm hearing this image of you've had all these tendrils of people, and it seems like you've been hit heavy, because it's sort of like I'm seeing this image of pouring in these strings of people that have poured in from another life, poured in from another life, and they just got you, and you just to the point you're paranoid. But I'm hearing that it's ending. But why is it ending? It's ending because you have, I don't want to say the word learned all you can from these people, but it's sort of like there's something that you're so like, I'm seeing this image of your soul just sort of saying goodbye, no more. And it's sort of like I see this image of, okay, one level, another level. Now you're definitely jumping to the next level. Like you're definitely jumping to the next level. And I'm hearing that it's very much, because it's sort of like I'm hearing with your early experiences were probably not that good in various ways. We won't have to go into all the areas that could be like that, but it's sort of like it connected the, okay, what I'm seeing is the energy from your past life. They sort of connected to these other, the trauma you felt really connected to these people. It was energetically like connected to these 4 or 5 lifetimes. It seemed that it poured people into their reality because it connected to the pain that you went through as a childhood, the specific pain, which could have been number one, needing love from people that were not there for you, like having people that were very overtly attacking of you, seeing things you shouldn't see, or having a very unsafe base with females. And it could be males too, but I'm seeing it unsafe, but it's, just an energy of unsafety. But so it just seemed to like over and over connect to these kind of people. And from another life, because you were at that energy field from your childhood, these people from a past life that were sort of unfinished business, they just poured in. I'm seeing all of these slides that just poured in, and you're just like, oh, where are all these people coming from? So I'm hearing that, yes, in a sense, like when people say, oh, your energy field is attracting these people, I'm hearing, yes, in a sense that is true. Not that it's always the dark triad person's fault for their perpetrations of their actions. But that doesn't mean that you have to continue. I'm hearing it's very important to know that you do not have to continue on this vein. You do not have to continue. These people are no longer going to be attracted to you because, and I'm hearing you really need a reason. It's sort of like, because, okay, I'm hearing because for some of you, it's sort of like you're very much taking control of your physical reality, is what I'm hearing. You're very much taking control of your physical reality. And I'm hearing because you were in this state, why they've attracted to you in the past, and I'm hearing you're definitely moving out of that energy, is because you were so shaken up by these sort of, these traumas that anybody could offer anything to you, and you'd be like, oh, okay, that sounds great. Anything, like you didn't, and I'm not saying like because you're intuitive, but it's sort of like you had this thing like, oh, this shaky sense of self from your child. Oh, I have to take anything. I have to accept anything. But I'm hearing now you're taking control. You're deciding what you want, but you're also deciding what energy you want to create. You're taking the charge of creating your physical reality. So instead of having this energy, because I think this energy of, for the longest time, they just flew in like these strings. They just flew in. These people, they just flew in, and you didn't feel like you could take control. I'm hearing some affirmations you need are, I take control of my reality now. I decide fully and completely who goes into my reality, and only those who are of my highest good and highest timeline are allowed into my reality. And I can recognize darkness and deceit and deception easily and quickly, purging it from my life immediately without hesitation. That's what I'm hearing too. So those are the kind of affirmations that came in. But I think you're starting to implant that into your brain, and you're feeling it's shaky, and I'm hearing you really want this to be over. So you're kind of like, I really want to move forward, and I'm hearing that that you are actually doing that. And it's hard. I'm hearing that for most of you, you now have a cleaner and clearer energy field than perhaps you think. I'm not saying for all, because this is but I'm hearing that that's the overall energy I feel. You have a cleaner energy field from these kind of, it's understandable, right? When we have, such negative early life experiences, then we have all these people pouring in, just traumatizing us, and these dark triad just flowing in, and it's understandable we can get a little bit paranoid, but I'm hearing that you're more clearer than you think. You've moved away from these energies more than you think, and you're almost angrily moving away from these energies. As I'm hearing, you're angrily moving, and I'm hearing there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with anger, a bit of anger, about a bit of passion when you're trying to say goodbye to these energies. I'm hearing, kind of harness the anger, because when we've encountered these kind of people, we feel a bit of anger. We may feel attacking these people. We may feel like, getting revenge. We may feel like, like doing whatever else, right? We just feel like doing that. But what I'm hearing is that, do not be afraid of your own anger, your own passion, because you just want to, I'm hearing you just want to move forward, and you're using an anger. I'm hearing anger and passion can be used to propel you forward. So here's another affirmation. I do not shame my anger. I recognize my anger for what it is. Fuel to move me forward to another reality. And when I no longer need the fuel, and I no longer need the anger to feel that I can create these boundaries, I no longer will feel angry. What my anger will leave when it is no longer needed. Not a moment less, not a moment before, not a minute less. My anger is a valuable guide, and my anger is a valuable fuel to propel me further. I do not feel guilt for my anger. No guilt for my anger will I feel. So that's something to implant into your subconscious. That's helpful to move forward. And I'm hearing something else too that can help you, because I'm hearing that you've broken through a lot of these energies. You realize they're unacceptable. You're instead of allowing, none of just being the passive recipient of all these energies, you're powerfully moving forward. You're moving forward with some anger and passion, which we've established is acceptable. But I'm hearing, what was I hearing? Okay, yeah, now I'm hearing it. For the Ace of Pentacles, so what you want to do, or what you could do, not telling you what to do, but you could create a template for the people, the kind of energies that you want in your life. And I'm hearing that it's sort of like a template. And I'm hearing you may want to be more specific in certain areas, but more general. Like, these are the type of energies, these are the kind of experiences that I want. And it's almost like you can almost form an energetic ball, because you can create, you can write it down and then solidify. So that's what I'm hearing. Write it down and solidify into a sort of energetic ball, because that's what you can do sometimes, is sort of like, okay, that's the energy intention. I'll call it an energy intention ball, and then sort of get in tune with, very clear about what you want, and almost like what are the kind of values of people that you want, and the friends that you want, perhaps the romantic partner that you want, the kind of environment that you want, in workplace, or you just being very clear. And I'm hearing that you have, and you can form it in an energy, like you just say, like for example, I may fuel into this ball that, okay, this pick a card reading is going to be very helpful, and then you kind of feel the energy of that, until you feel it's complete, and then maybe put it in somewhere or do something with it. Do something with the very energy that you want to create. It's all about taking your power back, and with fiery force, because that's what feels like you need to feel now, is the fiery force of moving forward to what you truly want. But yeah, so use that fiery force. You create those energy balls. Write down what you want and create it into an energy ball. And you may want to, and this is suggested a lot to a lot of people. I do this a lot. Just create an energy ball around, or an energy field around you, but it be very like cognizant of it. Make sure it's your energy field, not just, what I'm hearing is not just a energy field. It's not just an energy field that that anyone would have. It's an energy field that's very specific to you. It may have certain folds, it may have certain colors, it may have certain whatever you want to create with it. It's an energy field that is very good for you, is what I'm hearing. So yeah. That feels complete. That actually feels complete to me. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope, well, it's not always an enjoyable, it's not always a very enjoyable subject, but it's helpful is the better word. So I hope you enjoyed that. Now it is time for pile number 3. So pile number 3, what do we have here? Let's see. Okay, pile number 3. Just let me do a drink of water and then we'll get started. To how to stop attracting narcissists, sociopaths, and other dark triad nightmares into your life. Okay. So I see okay, the first image I got was of a fairy, which is kind of interesting. And it's sort of like, this image of that I'm getting is that this sort of experiences have made you feel very small, and sort of like you had to become small and almost flit around in other spaces in order to be safe. It's sort of like they made you feel very like you have to, the experiences you've had with these dark triad people that you're trying to, not trying, we will move and create an energy field so you no longer attract them. But it's sort of like they made you feel like you've had, I'm hearing you could have had some really truly scary experiences with people that are quite like terrifying, like stalking, like really horrible experiences, and they're really damaging. And it's almost, you feel like what you felt is that your only way to escape these people is to be as invisible and almost, not the word malleable, but almost feel like you have to become like it's almost, and it could be something you've learned from an early age, but it's sort of like you have to become almost a chameleon, and that those kind of experiences can actually enhance, like trauma, right? They can enhance your intuition, right? Which is it's like a funny thing to say, but they actually can. So I'm hearing you can be very intuitive about people, about bad people. I'm hearing, you're very intuitive about bad people because you've encountered a lot of them through childhood, through adulthood. So you're super intuitive, but it's almost to the point where you're almost too, what's the word? You're almost too, I don't want to use the word too, but like just sort of, like you'd almost be, because you're so intuitive and you can recognize these people, it's almost like you could be a bit too malleable to their agendas, because these people, and it feels like a pattern that has been around you for a while, like from, it feels like these patterns are often from childhood. It's almost like you feel like like you could be malleable to these, and then Ten of Swords. It's almost to the point that these experiences have crushed your spirit, is what I'm hearing. Like the Ten of Swords. And so I'm hearing that your intuition is very, very strong. Your intuition at recognizing these people. And I'm hearing that part of your guilt is that you're super intuitive, and you knew, like some people, they were a little bit, they didn't know, but it's almost like you knew these people were bad, but you let them in not because of your intuition, but because of some sort of deep-seated trauma, is what I'm hearing. So what I'm hearing is that your intuition is at 100%, but so is your trauma. So what I'm hearing is sort of like nothing needs to be changed about your intuition. It's all on point, but something needs to happen in regards to sort of a traumatic energy field, in regards to not having a traumatic, almost at a psychological level. So it's sort of like Two of Pentacles, and I kept on seeing this image of you sort of. It's all interesting. I kind of saw that image of that person. It's sort of like juggling and feeling like you have to almost, it's like this emotional pattern where you feel like you have to sort of balance yourself to these people. Like you have to sort of, like, if it's a boss, and sometimes, I mean, to be fair, sometimes when we're in a situation where it's a workplace, I mean, sometimes it's a survival situation. So it's sort of like you have to, not, you don't have to, but it's sort of like, it's understandable that you have to bend yourself to this person. And I'm hearing it's almost too much of a pattern for you to bend yourself to these kind of people, and I'm hearing you're kind of like, why on earth did I let these people in? Because my intuition is so very strong, and I'm hearing it is strong. It is at 100%, but it's like you're some sort of trauma. I'm seeing this image now of this ogre, this big trauma. It's almost like that's at 100% too. So I see 200%. And the 100%, the first 100% of your intuition needs to stay at 100%, but the trauma needs to be brought down to 0. Or not 0, but, something like that. Like, and Queen of Wands. And you need to step more, like I said before, into your power. Because I'm sensing that there's sort of overpowering people come into your sphere. And it's like you feel like you have no choice but to let them in. Like, it's sort of like, I'm seeing this image. You have no choice but to let them in. And it's sort of like, but it's sort of like you don't, something in your mind doesn't know that you have a choice. But I'm hearing again, your intuition should be congratulated because it's very high. But it's sort of like you have these people that spill into your life, and you don't feel a choice about it. Even if you 100% see they're wrong for you, they just pour in with such. So I'm hearing these Queen of Wands, not that the Queen of Wands is bad, but it's sort of like they just pour in. And I'm hearing to help you not have these types. I'm hearing in a lot of cases that you need to, and I'm hearing, like, it depends on the circumstance, right? But it's sort of like you need to become more like the Queen of Wands and embody. And please only take this if it resonates. But it's sort of like that's what I keep on seeing. I keep on seeing the Queen of Wands energy resonating. Like, you need to be like, no, I'm not going to, but allow these people, and I'm going to be the star of my own show. Because I'm hearing that, the Queen of Wands is very much the star of her own show. So you need to be the star of your own show. Because I'm hearing I'm hearing a lot of narcissist types go to you who are kind of Queen of Wands type people. And not dissing the Queen of Wands, because I'm saying you need to be more like the Queen of Wands. But in our negativity, they can really be pushy, they can be aggressive, they can be too much. And these people, they barrel into your life, and you feel like you have to sort of flit around them. You have no choice about how they circle into your life. And it's sort of like there's a sense of being beaten by it. So I'm feeling that the feeling of being beaten, that sort of this psychological issue needs to be addressed. So you are now the Queen of Wands. Because I'm seeing this image of once you were the Queen of Wands, these I keep on seeing narcissist coming into your life. People that are just, and you may have, encountered such narcissistic people as a child, but these narcissistic people just pour into your life. They kind of almost bully you around. They're kind of really not, they kind of tear at your emotions, like these kind of people. They're not, I'm hearing very strongly, it's a very much an emotional, psychological thing for you, I'm hearing. And it's like these people that that find their way into your reality, or shall I say, push their way into your reality. I just get a sense of pushing into your reality. They basically, they don't care about your emotions, or they cause you emotional harm and they don't care, is what I'm hearing. And to sort of move beyond that, it's sort of like there's sort of a two-part. What I'm hearing is a two-part. I'm hearing these two cards highlighted. It's healing your emotions from having these experiences happen from an early age, and then continue to happen. But then it's also, that's the part of it. But then I'm seeing when you embody the your Queen of Wands energy, then they'll just be like, oh no, you will not be appealing to these people. You'll be appealing to healthy, strong people, not unhealthy, pushy people. You'll be attracted to these kind of people. So what I'm hearing too is, let me see if I can get some more images. Let's see. I'm hearing, don't worry, you won't go overboard, because there's almost a fear of you going overboard. It's almost like you have this fear of becoming, okay, this is what I'm hearing for you. So you almost have this fear of becoming narcissistic yourself. And I'm hearing, do not fear that. You are not going to become narcissist. You are not a narcissist. You are not a narcissist, and you do not have to fear becoming one. Even I'm hearing you couldn't be, even if you tried, for this pile. You couldn't be even if you tried. And but you need to, I'm hearing you need to almost be a bit more narcissistic, is what I'm hearing. But not that didn't come out right. You don't really need to become more, because no one needs to become more narcissistic. But in terms of, and I don't even want to use the word healthy narcissism, because there really isn't such a thing. But what I'm trying to say is, you want to be championing your own best interests with power, conviction, and concern. That's what came. You want to champion, but no one wants to go that far. But you won't. I'm hearing you won't go that far. There's a fear in your head. Oh my goodness, what if I become like that? No, you're not going to become like that, is what I'm hearing. And I champion my best interest with confidence, power, and concern for my own well-being. My well-being is just as important as other people. My well-being is just as important as other people. So that's another thing too, is you were kind of trained, I'm hearing, to like I said before, it's like a very psychological pile. This feels like high intuition, but also a big chunk of psychological stuff that needs to be released, of like sort of like kowtowing to these people. You were somehow trained to sort of become and kowtow these types of people. So I'm hearing it's sort of a pattern but I think just recognizing it, you may just want to just try like EFT or some sort of, and just do an emotional healing of kowtowing to these people. I'm not like releasing it, and I keep on getting some sort of emotional freedom technique, to EFT, or emotional freedom technique, where you can just release these energies, and sort of the psychological basis, because I'm hearing when the psychological basis of it, which very much it feels quite rooted in this life. Like sometimes there's stuff in other past lives, right? I'm not to say it could have been, oftentimes it's a pattern in the past life as well, but it feels just very much like if you uproot the pattern from the psychology of this life, then you'll be golden, because your intuition will be high, which it already is. But I'm hearing, you just were like, why did I let these people into my life? they were like, they could have been even overt narcissists, right? Because, you know, either overt narcissists, or if they were other than that, like covert narcissists or anything else, you knew into there were red flags aplenty, but you just, and not even if there wasn't red flags, you're very intuitive, you knew, but you just felt like you had no choice. So that's what I'm hearing. Feeling like you have no choice needs to be, for a lot of you pick this pile, needs to be dealt with as well. The feeling that you have no choice needs to be dealt with, because you do. So I'm hearing, I have complete choice about who I allow into my life. I have complete intentionality about who I allow into my life. I have complete control about who I allow into my life now. So it feels like the energy is starting to shift. It feels like it's going to shift, and it's sort of like, and you maybe feel a bit like, when will this pattern leave? If you're aware of it, if you're aware of this pattern. But I'm hearing like that deep psychological work will shift it. I'm hearing doing the deep psychological work, understanding, okay, where were the negative characters that it came from? It will shift it very, very, very much, is what I'm hearing. Very much. Yeah, it will be shifted in most cases. I'm hearing in most cases it completely. And sometimes for some of us, we have, a little bit of shifting, a little bit more. But I'm hearing that you're on the point you can completely shift the pattern of that now. For most of you are very, very ready to shift that pattern now. But yeah, so I hope this was helpful for, how to stop attracting these kind of people into your life, these kind of dark triad nightmares, narcissists and other less than savory folks. I hope you got value from this, and I hope you have a terrific day. All right, bye-bye.